this is the Antisocial Socialite back at it again. Shout out to all of you wonderful new subscribers and returning friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new to the channel, you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for, darling? Hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, so when it gets rolling in this mouth, baby, you are in the loop. You see the video, you know what time it is. We're discussing this case with this lady carrying her baby who claims she's a victim of domestic violence. When I came across this video, I initially was very skeptical. Now with everything that's happened, not just in real life but also on WorldStar, because I realized a lot of the videos are not even real, they're actually skit, I was very, very cautious. Now, taking the video on face value, I'm only going to address the talking points based on what was in the video, regardless of whether it's real or not. We know there's been tons of events since this has happened. First, let's watch the video and then I'll give my commentary.
I have never made a video like this, but I'm reaching out because I have no other choices. I'm 30 weeks pregnant and this is the diet, and I have another child and I'm in an abusive and toxic relationship and I have to get out. I have to get out of here. He broke the dresser I had. This is my other TV, which is broke. He broke the washer and dryer and there's water all over my floor. He broke my futon. He took the PlayStation. He broke the only other TV I had. It's all my dresser stuff outside. I have to find a new place to go with my baby. He still has my keys and he can't know where I am. So please, if you can help me, if anything, it doesn't matter, please.
So initially I was in two minds about whether I even wanted to do a video on this topic, because I didn't want to be insensitive to people who are genuine victims of domestic violence. Despite the amount of cases and claims that turn out to be false allegations, we know every year many women are victims of domestic violence. But unfortunately, we have to take a hard line and a stance and actually say, let's examine this situation from a more critical perspective. Now, the first thing that really irritated me about the video was, if you are that scared and if you are really that in trouble, how come you have time to get on social media? Again, we have this issue where people feel the need to post every aspect of their life online for validation, for attention, for some kind of recognition. And it's like, in a crucial situation where you are so vulnerable, it looks as though she has 3 children, one in her arms, another one that's not in the picture, and she's also pregnant. But instead of running for your life from this person who clearly isn't in the property, you decide to take out your phone and go live. So already there's a huge red flag, because why would you be going online when you should be packing your stuff and leaving? You know, this person is not locked in a basement. This person doesn't seem to have any physical wounds on them. There's no blood, there's no bruising. And so that in and of itself became a bit of a question for me. Why does this person feel the need to call for help from random strangers if you have the ability to call the police? Okay, then she proceeds to walk around the property pointing to all the things that were broken. Again, I didn't see a house that was completely ransacked. It was just a bit messy, and you know, some bits of wood were broken on the floor. So there were no real signs of serious domestic violence or like a struggle or some type of tussle had taken place. Again, you're standing there with your baby in an environment that's dangerous because you've got broken things about the place, and the door is right there. If you have the courage to go online to call, you know, random strangers for help, why didn't you just call a friend, a family member, a neighbor? Why didn't you just pack the kids up and run out into the street? So this whole situation didn't make any sense anyway. The other issue I had with this video was the fact that there are 3 children. Now, we don't know if, you know, the 3 children belong to the man that she claims is being abusive, or if only the child she's pregnant with. We don't know the situation. Either way, it's a sign of irresponsible behavior, because at the end of the day, If those children have multiple fathers, where are the other fathers? This is a consistent poor decision making process where she picks one man or two men and one is not in the picture, and now she's picked a different guy who maybe has given her this child, but he's abusive. Even if they're all three for the same man, that still shows a lack of judgment, because after the first child, I don't believe these people would actually be hiding these kind of domestic violent tendencies for that long, that you only find out after the third pregnancy. So if after the first child you realize something was not right about the person, why did you then proceed to have not one but two more children for this guy? Okay, so the whole situation just seemed too confusing and too contrary for me to really take it seriously, but I didn't want to be too critical or too harsh, because if she really is a victim, I don't want to come across as though I'm being insensitive. But by now everybody knows the situation has transpired, and it's actually come out that the man is actually the victim in this situation, and she was trying to restrain him in the house, and so he lost his temper and began smashing up the place in order to escape. Maybe she bolted him in, and so in order to force her to give him the keys, he started smashing up the place. Or maybe he was trying to break free of the property.
I have never made a video like this, but
the sad part about this is that you actually have. You posted it on Facebook, to whereby you gained over $160,000. The truth of the matter, and I know I felt a little bit off when I seen this, and it makes it hard for those that are genuinely going through things. This young lady, her boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, has a child by someone else, and she got jealous and posted this video. The grandmother spoke out and said that her son never put his hands on her. She did admit that he broke those things in the home only because she wouldn't let him out. And she assaulted him as well. This is disgusting, man. People are genuinely going through things. I duetted a mother, a couple months ago and donated $600 of my own hard-earned money. We're going through a pandemic right now. People don't have that money, and they're genuinely donated just for you to be out here scam.
People said they already suspected that this whole thing was a scam, but as the brother in the video who came out said, a lot of people are in financial difficulties right now. As much as I don't believe in the pandemic as it is, I'm not saying that people haven't lost their lives. I'm not saying that the virus is not real, but I personally feel that there's more to this than just trying to stop a virus. I really do believe that there are, powers that be that want to make the world a global community. And whereas you can take countries or politicians or organizations to court, you cannot take a virus to court. And even if you don't believe that there's a virus, or if the risk is not as high as they claim it to be, the reality is this: they have the power to actually force you to stay home, to shut down your businesses. Whether you believe it or not, you will get carried along in the stampede. So for people who have lost their jobs, they've been furloughed, their work is looking uncertain, for them to come out of their pocket at this time to give, for those who celebrate, Christmas is coming, various religious holidays are coming, people want to still try to enjoy the end of the year. They want to buy gifts, they want to pay bills. Things are getting expensive because we are at home more. Wintertime is coming on, so you've got to burn more light, you've got to burn more gas, or whatever it is that you need to do to just keep the house going, especially like how you're supposed to stay at home. And so to find money to give to somebody who is not being genuine, it's not only sad, but it makes it very hard for the genuine victims to actually get belief and support. That is the biggest issue here. When it comes on to people who genuinely need help, they're always going to be labeled as a potential scammer because of things like this. So it is really sad that people are taking advantage of one another. The internet has made it really easy for people to get into your homes, to get into your life. Before you realize, you could be clicking donate, and that's unfortunately making a lot of people's hearts cold. It's going to put a lot of people in jeopardy and actually make the real victims more vulnerable because of all these people crying wolf on social media. The other aspect is obviously a lot of the times, as I've said in many other videos, victimhood is only something afforded to black women. Here the victim is the man. Maybe this woman deceived him, maybe she's a very jealous lover. I get the understanding that he moved on and she wasn't happy about that, so she tried to keep him in the house somehow. And at the end of the day, she actually was physical with him. And a lot of people will not even remember that the victim in this situation is the man and the children. Beyond that, we also have a situation where this woman who has put herself out publicly could actually bring repercussions on that man. That man could be arrested, or if somebody knows her and knows who this man who she's referring to is, that man could actually be attacked based on a false allegation. There are people who've been imprisoned, there are people who've been injured and even lost their lives over false claims like this. This is why there were people in the comment section underneath the man's video saying really and truly this lady should be locked up for making false claims, not just because of the deception and not just because of the scam, but because of the sheer endangerment of life to the man in question. That's all I got for this one. Shout out to the brother for calling this one out and exposing her. Everybody, please be careful. Do your background checks before you give money, or if you are intending to give money, give something that you know that you won't miss if it turns out to not be true. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.